Hey guys, my name is Kelly, and for those who don't know, I wrote a couple of books. I wrote a book about energy healing. I wrote a book about transhumanism and consciousness. I do energy healing, work with orgone energy a lot. And recently I was talking about getting higher guidance, getting information from my higher levels, and connecting to my higher levels. And one of my friends was like, well, how do you do that? And I was like, what a great question. And so I thought I'd make a video about that today, about how you can connect to your higher self, your spirit guides, your angels. We all come into this physical avatar existence, and we're not alone. We have a spirit team, and due to the laws of free will, they're not going to intervene on your behalf unless you ask them to, or unless it's like something really dire that's going to get in the way of your soul contracts or something like that. But yeah, you can connect with them very easily, and it's very, I mean, this is a multi-layered topic. I could do, like, write many books about the spiritual world and how to navigate it. But I'm going to try to give you guys a quick answer to this question as I can today, like the Cliff's Notes version. Basically, the easiest way to connect to your higher self, and your higher self is like you on the soul level, that is like you in the future, like more experienced, more wise. You can perceive all the different possibilities, outcomes, realities. And so it's like a higher, more wise version of yourself that can see beyond what your human ego can see. And we all have spirit guides. We all have angels. Angels are higher density beings that are here to help humanity. And really, all you need to do to connect with them is call them in, either in your mind or verbally. I like to say things out loud. I think there's power in speaking out loud. So, if you want to connect with your higher self, your spirit guides, your angels, and some of your spirit guides could possibly be passed on relatives. My grandma has come back to help me. She's around me all the time. And she made herself known to me. She passed in 2016, and in 2021, she, she probably went through her death, went through, whatever they go through in the afterlife, and, decided to come in and help me. So I feel her around me all the time, and, she tells me to slow down if I'm going too fast getting on the freeway. And, um, but yeah, she came into my journey. Like, I do shamanic journey work. She came into my journey and was there in her light body and was letting me know, like, hey, I'm here to help you. And I'm like, thank you. And so yeah, we all have, if you feel like you have this energy around you, you're not crazy. We do. There's many layers to our reality. There's many different densities, and we have a plethora of energies around us. But the thing is, they're not all good energies. We have, in it, so if you're trying to reach out and get psychic information, you have to be very discerning and very careful, because there are your spirit team, there's your higher self, your angels, your spirit guides that are there to unconditionally love you and just try to help you no matter what. And then there's all kinds of beings out there that are not so good. We'll call them lower astral beings, or they're sometimes referred to as archons. And I'm not telling you this to scare you. You just need to know so that you're discerning when you work in the spiritual world. You have to be discerning in the physical world and the spiritual world, both, because, not everyone has your best interest at heart. And there are these lower astral beings. They could be like people who passed on but didn't fully cross over, and they're hanging out in the lower astral. Or it's just, beings who have embraced darkness and materialism and whatever, and they feed off lower emotional energy. And so they may, come and try to mess with humans, and they'll, go in with whatever triggers you. So, yeah, if a part of spiritual work is healing your shadow, because these, I'll just call, it's all source, but I'll just call them, the more negative beings, the more negative polarity beings. They're going to try to trigger you through things you haven't healed, through your shadow, through like things that you feel bad about yourself, things you're insecure about, things that upset you. Okay, I have a crazy cat. I'd make sure he wasn't coming. So yeah, if you're aware, at least aware, and you can't heal all these things overnight, but as long as you're at least aware of what your triggers are and where they come from, you can at least be more conscious if, you're getting thoughts in your head that are like very negative, that it's could be one of these beings, like, because we have all kinds of telepathies possible. We have all kinds of energy going all the time. It's like a Wi-Fi of energy, and sometimes you can pick up on it. And yeah, so if you want to get divine messages, you want to connect with divine energy. So you want to be very careful when you are working in the spiritual world. So to call in your higher self and spirit guides, you just do that. Just call them in, either in your mind or verbally. I think it's good to say things out loud. And there is spiritual power in saying something 3 times. And so if you want to, talk to your spirit team and ask for help, just call them in, either in your mind or if you can out loud, and say, I call in my higher self. I call in my spirit guides. I call in my angels, and say, I want to work with you. I want to get messages. And, this is what I want to happen in my life, or something better, and build a relationship with them. Like, one of my teachers taught me, like, if you're going out somewhere, invite your spirit guides with you. And so if I'm doing something sometimes where I'm going by myself, for example, when I go jogging, it's kind of like a meditation for me anyway. It's like a moving meditation. And so I'll invite them with me, and I'll receive messages and insights while I'm jogging. Or you can do a meditation and say, I'd like an answer to this question, and, see what you get, see what comes into your mind, and don't allow your ego to get too much into it. But if it's, positive information or messages from your higher self or spirit guides, it's going to be positive, encouraging, calm. So if you're getting like negative things in your head, that's one of those lower astral beings, and you got to kick them out. And if you need help with that, I am a Reiki master and can perform a spirit release if it's something that you think is like attached to you, because that can happen. Not to freak anyone out, but I'll tell you about this too. It's a good idea to raise your spiritual vibration. Like, you want it when whatever is connecting with you is what you're on the frequency of. So if you want to connect with higher beings, you should try to keep your frequency high. And of course, we all experience lower emotions. There's no judgment on that. I have them too. I get depressed. I get angry. But I just don't do my spiritual work so much when I'm in those lower emotional states. I don't try to get information. You can pray to feel better, pray to move the energy out of your body. And when you are feeling in a better place, that's the better time to try to receive insight and guidance. So when you're feeling low, just, allow yourself to experience those emotions, but that's not the best time to do divination work when you're emotionally upset. So wait until that passes, cleanse your energy, and there's a lot of great tips for that in my book, Synergy, A Modern Healer's Guide to Complete Bioenergy Wellness, that you can get on Amazon. And if you need extra help, I am available for Reiki and shamanic healing sessions. You can learn more about that on my website, wuwwoman.com, under the Energy Healing Services tab. And yeah, I hope that was helpful today. Oh, another thing I wanted to add. working with sacred plant medicines can help to so-called, like, remove the veil, help to connect you with information, connect you with stuff. But you want to do that safely, in a controlled environment, like preferably like with a shaman, or, using, if you're using depending on what you're using, just making sure you're doing it in a conscious way. However, like drugs and alcohol, that's actually very bad for your energy body. If you drink alcohol, and we have physical proof of this, I talk about this in my book. A man called, I believe his name is Abraham MB, did a test. He tested our human hair and found that there's, an energy field. It's not dead protein. It's like a radio receiver. Our hair emits a field of energy. And he tested the hair, and then he got drunk and tested the hair again, and the field was like down. And so it's just physical proof that drinking alcohol, and this includes taking the illicit drugs, and it could even be prescription drugs, anything that leaves you ungrounded in your body, removes your auric protections, you're opening yourself up to possibly attract in these lower beings that could influence you or possibly even attach. Like a lot of people who have serious depression and drug and alcohol problems have spirit attachments, and a lot of people who have serious mental illness have spirit attachments, and that's a lot of their problem. So yeah, if you use drugs or alcohol, don't value yourself, are in a low vibration, then you can attract in these lower beings. And like I said, we all experience the negative emotions from time to time, so that's a time to just work on rest and healing, and not for your spiritual work. You can pray and do other things that make you feel good during that time, but that's not a good time to try to receive insights, because you're more susceptible to be infiltrated by something that's not where you want your information coming from. Your information coming from your higher self and your guides and your angels is going to be loving and encouraging. So that's the difference. I hope that all makes sense. I don't know how long I rambled here, but I hope that was helpful today. And you can learn more on my website, wuwoman.com.